I would like to ask you to take me through at this point, because your career has been so like incredibly like diverse, but help me understand, how did you end up getting here? What is your most significant relaunch?
I knew we would get into that, right? Because I was working with you, relaunch is everything, and you bring people forward. And what I realized is that for successful people, relaunch is a part of their life. They're continually relaunching as they're stepping to newness, to stretching themselves, and to really to lifting to that next level, right? And when I thought about a significant relaunch, because there's been many, and
We all have, like, isn't it true these days? We're like, oh my God, which one should I talk about? There are so many, and there's more coming right now, tomorrow. They just keep coming.
and that was what was going through my head after we had our little earlier conversation before the interview. And then I realized, I'm like, wow, I'm gonna lean into the relaunch that actually saved my life, and I wouldn't be here if I did not stand in my intuition, and that it was going against everything that I was supposed to do. And so in between when I was going to school, and then I was holding off on graduate school, and again working in New York City, working on Wall Street, I was working on a bond trading desk, right? And bond trading, being a bond trader, let's be real, good money, and fun, fast paced, dynamic. And it was a cushy company, right? That they so took care of. So you were lucky to be there. And I said, and it was square, right? So I could see there was the pit, there was the square, and people would be calling over each other and quotes from this one and another, and be grabbing them up. So it was like intense and fun and aligned with my energy. And I said, you know what? I want to go back to school. I want to go that next level and finish what I wanted to do. And it was years later, I did not know I made the right decision.
But wait,
That
now, wait a sec before you continue. So you're on the floor, you're doing all this, it's exciting, and you want to go back to school to further enhance being a trader, or what was it? What was the back to
and that's
school?
so I went back for two advanced degrees. I did them simultaneously. One was in leadership, and another one was in diplomatic history. Not anything to do with, but that love of history, research, reading, going deep. Or I don't know if any things fit into what I actually do now. And that company was Cantor Fitzgerald. And
Mm.
Cantor Fitzgerald, for some people that don't know, was on they actually had like 4 floors, right? They had an art gallery in the World Trade Center. Yeah, I'm talking about 9/11.
Mm.
They were one of the floors that the plane came. They were isolated. They weren't getting down. And when you went into this, you didn't think about it until afterwards. But when you when you would go into the World Trade Center, you'd come up and you'd go in, and there was actually 2 banks. You'd go to the 34th floor, or you'd go the direct all the way up, and then and that. I mean, it was, such a tall building, so just intense New York. And yeah, do I wear my black? Yes, I am a New Yorker, and just the whole being in that, being and saying I made it. And you know what? When I was sitting on the couch with my son, I was pregnant with him, and those planes hit, there was my answer. There's my answer, that if I did not listen to who and what I was meant to be, I wouldn't be here. And
Mm.
that's the relaunch I decided to lean in on today.
Oh, Maureen, that story. Here's the thing. You, I mean, I remember hearing about Cantor Fitzgerald and how how many of the people did they lose that day?
Well, they had more than one satellite, but that was the New York. They had some operations in Jersey, and they shift. But they lost everybody that was in the New York office. I
Yeah.
mean, they lost the art gallery. A friend of mine was managing that. That's how I got the job.
Yeah.
And there was no getting out. There,
Yeah.
there was no getting out. And I don't even know how those last minutes that was for them, what that felt like. And it still brings up emotion for
Oh,
me.
sure. I bet.
And then it's the why. So you
Mhm.
take that why and you take it with gratitude and you say, I get to do something with that. And that's exactly what I was meant to do. And that is what I'm doing.